Welcome back, stalkers, friends, and reprobates, to the Complete Guide to Horror Movies podcast. Today we're going back in time and covering 2000 TV movie Cherry Falls, starring Brittany Murphy, rest in peace, and directed by Jeffrey Wright, Australian director and screenplay writer, best known for Romper Stomper. I'm Coop, and as ever, I am joined by my esteemed co-hosts, Justin and Byron. How are we doing?
Yeah, all right.
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Alrighty. I'm going to start off by saying, good Lord, this movie did not age well. I hadn't seen this movie since I was like 10 or 11. I do actually remember it being good, which was a shocking wake-up call when I rewatched this movie.
I like to rent happy movies and have a happy time. Relaxing, romantic comedies, chick flicks.
You can tell how heavily influenced by Scream and the slasher boom of the 90s this movie was. At times it reminded me of Valentine, and sorry, Justin, not in a good way.
Bite me, it's definitely for you.
Clunky script, some very bad acting, pacing all over the place, awkward transitions, and storyline progression that didn't make a lick of sense at times.
Okay, this is hysterical. Classic.
Characters didn't know how they were meant to feel about each other, and this made for some very awkward and at times creepy moments.
I don't need some stupid kid sex party.
I'm sorry, but I think this might be my rest stop, my April Fool's Day. This is my... So here we are. Let's dive in. Now that I have already buried this movie, Byron, dare I ask, thoughts?
Oh, Coop. I didn't know, because we all choose one, so I presume we think it's going to be good. And like I said, it's so hard when you've watched something years or decades ago and then go, oh, is this going to be good? Look, first time, it was a what the fuck.
It's right up there with global warming.
Second time, it was still a what the fuck. But I had a lot more fun in like the last 10 minutes of the movie. That was like my favorite part of it. As you said, very dated. A lot of bad CGI. The ending scene was horrific with the red transition of Cherry Falls. Like you said, very clunky script. It did jump all over the place. Things didn't really make sense. I did really like Brittany Murphy in this.
Everyone has their own taste in film, so I guess it just depends on what you're into. But these are some of my favorites. Okay. Oh, The Shining we have. Shrek!
I called it stabbing orgy scene. Was hilarious. Just that whole shit that went down with him coming in and slashing away.
I'm gonna slash and gash, cut another hole in your ass. I spill blood on the walls and play tennis with your balls.
I'd say it's probably one of your worst picks, but like it was still good to watch. I'd never seen it before, so it was interesting, and I really did like that little sort of country town, well, not country town, that little sort of what do you call it, like Scream with Willsboro. Is it Willsboro?
The Midwest, whatever.
Yeah, that sort of feel. It had potential. It's just obviously a late 90s production and feel.
Caution. The show you're about to see is headed for disaster.
Justin, I know you seemed happy with my choice. This may be a movie we watched years back. I can't really remember.
I can't remember if we did either, because I know we watched a lot of Wes Craven, a lot of 90s, early 2000s one, but I have a soft spot for Cherry Falls, and hear me out. To me, this is the perfect example of that weird, awkward transition from 90s to the 2000s. Like, this just has no production design at all. I mean, even the killer, I was like, fuck, I don't remember Marilyn Manson in this. And then just like, to me, it reminds me so much of, as you mentioned, Valentine. It reminds me of The Faculty. It reminds me, most of all, it actually reminds me of The Shining, the TV version, where it's like the 4-hour miniseries.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking bad. Like, the original Shining, the little kid's creepy with his like, red room over there. And then in the TV version, it's a full fucking nerd. That's the scary ghost or whatever that he sees.
Honey, you're scaring me.
I know, Doc.
And this movie is just like that. But at the same time, I love those type of movies. I will sit down and I will watch it and be like, what the fuck is going on? I don't understand. First of all, the whole thing with the plot about why he's targeting virgins in the first place is so fucking stupid. I'm like, ooh, it's anti-horror movie because usually the virgin survives to the end.
Well, what are we supposed to tell our kids? To go out and get laid if they want to feel safe? No, I'm not saying that.
I can't lock my daughter up in the basement.
Will I watch this again? Yes, I will. And that's all I'm going to say.